There she is, Dana Cowin, Chief Creative Officer, Chefs Club International, author of Mastering My Mistakes in the Kitchen, and former editor-in-chief, Food and Wine magazine. How you doing?
I am excellent. Happy to be here.
Let's talk about this book, Mastering My Mistakes in the Kitchen. What mistakes?
Everything. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, grilled, roasted, boiled. The thing is, I was the editor-in-chief of Food and Wine magazine for 21 years. And when you do that, people feed you all the time. You don't need to cook, and it wasn't a qualification for the job. And I decided somewhere in there, like at year 18, maybe I should learn how to cook because I knew all these chefs who could teach me.
Right.
And so I called up the greatest chefs in America and I said, I'm an imbecile in the kitchen, here are my favorite recipes. Will you help me so that I never ruin them again?
You were asking the chefs this, but hold on, wait a minute. Weren't you a judge on Top Chef?
But you don't need to cook as a judge. That would be crazy. So I have a great palate. I love eating food, tasting food. I get as, part of my job to eat great chef's food all the time. So I'm a good judge, and I'm pretty darn critical, which may be why I think I'm a terrible cook, or I could just be a terrible cook.
What's the biggest thing people take from this book?
That they should focus. People talk about technique in cooking, and that's part 2. Part 1 is even if you're making rice, just pay attention. Don't be on the phone, don't be on the computer. Just pay attention to the rice, because otherwise it overcooks, it undercooks, you don't have enough water. So it's all about that. At the end of the day, you really can cook if you sort of spend time focusing on it and not being too distracted.
Do you feel that, or do you sense from your experience that too many people who cook are multitasking?
I do. That's where you have the chopped fingers and the, and things that are burnt. You have something in the oven and you walk away because you have to take the laundry out. By the time you come back, you've missed the magic moment of the, perfect cooking time.
Well, how do kids fit into this?
Kids?
Because I've seen my wife cooking. She loves to cook. She's a great chef. I shouldn't call she's not a chef. She loves to cook.
This is something else. She's probably intuitive. Another thing is never pay attention to your intuition if it's bad. I have bad intuition. She has good intuition.
She has good intuition, but we also have 3 young children, one of whom, it's 5 as we do this program, believes that she has a right to be very involved in the cooking process.
That's excellent.
It's excellent. I enjoy watching it. It's very cute. However, my wife is constantly saying, Olivia, no, you can't be doing this or that. She's in it.
Really?
Well, no, because she's actually screwing things up. Olivia, she doesn't watch every night, but the point is, it's nice that she wants to, but my point is kids are involved, and it can be distracting, is my point.
Okay, I'll tell you this. So I, now cook a lot. I have a 15-year-old daughter, and she is competitive. So she does not know how to cook, but she will compete with me.
What do you do?
So we take something like a cauliflower, chicken stock, and herbs, and we both make the same thing. I know how it's done properly. She does not, and hers inevitably is better, which is so irritating, but very empowering for a 15-year-old.
So you just find a way to give them their space.
Exactly.
I like that. Why did you say that Chinese food is, quote, the next cool food? Why?
Well, I love Chinese food.
Same here.
So I've been waiting for its moment, right? Because Korean food had a gigantic moment and still does with Dave Chang, Roy Choi, these phenomenal cooks from West Coast, East Coast. But the secret sleeper cuisine has really been Chinese because, what we know it as is bad late night takeout where the ingredients haven't been loved and a chef's attention hasn't been devoted to it. And what we're going to see in America in the coming year is great attention paid to the quality of the ingredients and chefs taking on Chinese food. We see it at Mission Chinese in New York City. There's a gigantic Chinese live that's opening in San Francisco. And so we're going to finally have some of the great food of China, which we'll find is very nuanced. It's not sloppy, it's not just woks, it's not just brown sauce, it's not, with this heady, horrible smell of garlic. So I'm very excited about it.
I was going to get into this deeper because I'm trying to figure out the difference between really good Chinese food and not, and how do you tell. But a quick question about this magazine.
Yes.
Food and Wine. How many years again?
21.
Why are you stepping down?
I love Food and Wine magazine, and the extraordinary thing about stepping down is that I'm going to a restaurant that is called Chef's Club by Food and Wine. That's one of the businesses within Chef's Club International. So I get to continue my relationship with Food and Wine. At Chef's Club in New York, we have past Food and Wine Best New Chefs whose dishes are on the menu. So can you imagine anything more perfect? A brand you love, and then you bring it to 3 dimensions. And then instead of being mostly either in print or digital and social, you can make these immersive, incredible experiences with chefs. To me, it's sort of a logical next step.
Why are we, most of us, so fascinated by food and many fascinated by wine?
Well, I think at its core, it's about pleasure, relaxing, connoisseurship. I mean, people who love wine, and I know that you do like wine, it's very delicious, but you can really, it's the same as baseball scores. You can really geek out for the flavors. You can geek out for the years. It's like the batting averages of winemakers.
As if everybody else is into it.
Totally.
And they're not.
And it's a secret world of communication. But food is for everyone.
Yes.
And you want to.
Everyone can play.
Everyone can play. This is, yes.
Yeah. Before I let you go, moving forward, advice to new chefs out there, or folks who say, I want to be a new chef. I don't know how to break in. You say?
I say, just be sure you're doing it because you really love cooking and taking care of people, and you're not doing it for fame. Because
I want to be a celebrity, you say.
And I say, don't be a cook now. It's hard work. You have to love the work. You have to love to, put things together that are delicious, and you need to want to share all of that with the diners.
Being famous, being a celebrity, is not the thing.
I think
that may be a byproduct of it, but that's not the thing, right?
It's not the thing, because there's way too much hard work for that to be the thing.
Yeah. I take this back. Last thing I want to ask you about is your charitable work.
I'm very involved in charitable work of all kinds.
Most important is?
That's
Putting you on the spot.
Right. I'm going to say City Harvest.
See? Okay.
Yes, that's a good one.
City Harvest.
I'm very
Great
devoted to City
organization.
Harvest. They do extraordinary work. They take food from places that have too much, bring it to places that don't have enough, and share it with hungry New Yorkers. And I created this thing called Skip Lunch, Fight Hunger there, which helps because I feel like I'm often asked to buy tables. I don't want to pay table, but if you can have people give the amount of money that they would spend on lunch to a charity, now we're raising millions of dollars just through lunch money to help feed hungry people in New York City.
And people who say, I can't go in the kitchen, I don't know what I'm doing, you say?
Buy my book.
And there it is. Mastering My Mistakes in the Kitchen. Learning to cook with 65 great chefs and over 100 delicious recipes. I'll get it. Dana, thank you so much for joining us on public television. We appreciate it. Come back anytime.
Thank you so much.
All the best in your new role.
Thank you.
Stay with us. We'll be right back right after this. Thank you.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. This special edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato is brought to you from the Tisch WNET studios at Lincoln Center. Funding has been provided by Englewood Hospital and Medical Center, Wells Fargo, Delta Dental of New Jersey, New Jersey Council of County Colleges, PSE&G, the Mental Health Association in New Jersey, and by Cowin Resnick. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.